And welcome back. Oh, hold on, let me stop PowerPoint from doing stuff. Hold on one second here, guys. Guys and gals, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alex Murray, also known as AZ Axel, and today, yes, you can hear the sounds. I'm so sorry. I was literally fixing a couple of things that I needed to get done real fast, and PowerPoint doesn't want to be quiet. PowerPoint's like, oh, you're changing stuff. Let me make all the noises in the world while you're doing it. Good grief. Good grief. And yay, Extreme, I'm glad you were able to figure out that voting system that we have in our Discord. You should be able to use that to be able to get all of the votes in for all of the organizations that we have currently already talked about and revealed on stream. And today is a actually very big day. I was kind of hoping that we could do this on the main channel, back on the official OOTP channel, but I will be okay with doing it here, as long as stuff is correctly sized. It's not sized correctly? Hold on. Now I gotta check something here real fast. What do you mean it's not sized correctly? What do you mean it's not sized correctly? Do I need to change something about that? Is that better? Can I just expand it? I can just expand it. Okay, good. I don't know why it's having a problem with that. But anyways, that should be all set. Today, it's a very big day. We are going to be revealing a lot of information about Season 2. Basically, today is going to be all about getting all of you caught up to speed on what Season 2 has. We're going to be revealing some information as well that you might be very interested in regards to some new developments and some new stuff that's coming for Season 2. I hope you guys are all excited about that and that you guys are excited to just start to get prepped for Season 2. We are still working on the upgrade and player submission forms, so don't worry about those. Those are coming soon. Those are always the last thing we get done. So unfortunately, we have to make sure the logistics work for the season. We have to make sure that everything is going to be functioning and correct. And then we get to be able to actually play Season 2 and get your guys' players already up to speed, updated, or added if you are a brand new person coming into Season 2 for the Backyard Project. All right, either way. Hello everyone, my name is Alex Murray. I am the host of this channel, also known as AZ Axel. I am the OOTP guru, also known as the OOTP Tech Support Analyst. I actually work for OOTP, if you didn't know that, and I've played OOTP for years and years, ever since about OOTP 9. So I know the game very, very well. I've been able to help a lot of people out, getting to know the game, being able to just have fun with the game, play the different types of custom leagues and settings that you can do, and started the BYP program, or the BYP about, oh gosh, it was about 2 years ago. We started with Season Alpha. We refer to it as Season Alpha. Technically, it was Season 1, but we did that live on stream on the OOTP Developments channel. We had a ton of fun. That was one of the highlights of that entire year, in my opinion. And Season Beta, as we refer to it as, Season Beta rolled around later that year, I believe, into the next year. We took a short break for the release of 22, and then did Season 1 last fall, and we are now moving into Season 2. So, if you guys are all set and ready for this, let's jump right into it. We have a lot of information to talk about. So, really fast, I want to talk a little bit about other direction, Alex. The channel points. So, we announced these changes a long time ago. Don't worry about that top little part up there. But basically, if you are not aware, and I realize this because of someone I talked to in the last stream, that maybe we haven't actually visually or even talked about this enough to actually explain what happens. But basically, over the course of the season and over the course of watching my streams, you will be earning abilities to be able to get player upgrade points. All right? So this is the main way to be able to do it right here. Okay? In addition to any of the codes that you guys can get, which are displayed on either streams or displayed in a message when you guys were doing voting, if you guys remember that code or not, we have officially had, I believe it is 3 codes officially released at this point, 3 or 4 at this point. Remember when drops were unlimited and we had that 5-hour draft of Season Alpha? Yes, I remember that. That is never happening again. My voice was shot for days after we tried to do that first-year player draft or inaugural draft for Season Alpha. That's not happening again. And yes, PTCS was, I think, right before it. So you ended up having, like, I think PTCS started at, like, noon my time. I launched at 2, and we ended at, like, 7 in the afternoon. It's like 6:30, 7 in the afternoon. It was just like 7 or 8 hours straight of just, and then you were after me. Yes, that's right, Ukraine. And then you were right after I was done. It was a ridiculous day for drops. I mean, I don't remember how many drops people got, but I'm pretty sure it was like 25. Because I got a talking to after that stream, and after everything happened, we were like, okay, we can't do that many. I don't think we should be able to allow that many drops in one day, because that destroyed the economy for like a week, because everybody has so much influx of cards. It was bad. It was real bad. It was great for all of us, but it was real bad for the game. But anywho, over the course of the regular season and over the course of my streams, you will be able to earn caps to redeem in the channel store for player upgrade points. All right? That's how you do it, is these 4 different ways. You can follow the channel and earn points that way. You can sub to the channel and earn points that way. You can donate bits, money, or subs to other users, and you will get channel caps or channel points that way as well. And in fact, the best way to do that is actually to donate subs to other people, because not only do you get the 100 point sub bonus, but they get the 100 point sub bonus as well. So it's basically a win-win. So if you're going to do any kind of subbing stuff, I highly recommend doing the gifting, because not only do you get points, but they get points as well. So that's the best way to be able to do it. And then, of course, last but not least, if you don't want to do any of that stuff, you can just watch. You can absolutely just watch. You get caps or points every single, I believe it's 20 minutes. You get 5 caps. I know it's not a whole lot. We were trying to make sure that you couldn't do a whole bunch of player upgrades immediately. So some people watch nonstop. Some people watch every single stream at this point. And that's just how it goes. So either way, guys, that is how you'll be able to earn caps. You can type into chat !caps or !points. Either or works. We have an alias on it to be caps, and you can view your currently earned caps amount. All right? And Ukraine, I did take away your caps for your player upgrades. Those are done. So that is why you're at 180 now. It's an alias, not an Elias. That's a player. That's a baseball player's name. An alias. We have an alias of the command for !caps. So you can view your caps for there, and then of course you can do !store in the channel chat to be able to access the channel store and redeem your points. If you have 1,000 points, you can redeem it for 1 player upgrade. And that will be something that you can do for Season 2. As you move your player over to Season 2, you will be able to do this. All right? In addition to the codes that you've been getting or have been keeping track of during the last almost year now at this point. We are doing upgrades now. We are getting close to doing upgrades, EVC. We are on the fringe of finally getting to the player upgrades, new submissions, and retiring players part of Season 2. So we're very, very close to that. Are we going to have a going away party for PT22? I would love to do that. I think that's a great idea. I think that would be a great way of doing that, Ludlud. And if the OOTB channel doesn't do one, then I will do one, all right? If we have been subscribing every month the last couple of months, are those factored in the points or not? Yes, they are. Every single time you resubscribe to the channel, you get an additional 100 points. Also, subscribers, I forgot to mention this, subscribers earn twice the amount of points in the channel every single 20 minutes, all right? Instead of the original allotted amount that you get for watching the channel, that gets doubled. So there's another incentive to sub at that point. Again, though, I'm not asking you to sub. I'm not asking you guys to financially support the channel. That's just a way that you guys can not only make sure that, you know, you get the points you want to get your upgrades. If you want those faster, you can always just watch the channel, and it's not that hard to get points. But if you do like what I make, if you guys like what, the content that's on this channel, we make a lot of really unique content here on the AZ Axel channel. And if you have, exactly, Ukraine, if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free sub. You can use that every single month wherever you'd like. You can mix it around if you want to use different channels. Sometimes that's what I do. I'll throw my subs around to different people because I don't really have the funds to sub to like the 8 different people that I really want to sub to. It's just too much. How much does it cost to simply be the best player in the whole league right this moment? Oh my gosh, Mike. Well, if you submitted a player for Season 1, and you have somebody already in the game, I'm going to imagine that it's going to take... Knowing our system and how our team captains are going through, you're going to need about 20 upgrade points. About 20 upgrade points is what you're going to need. So if you're making a brand new character... So if you're making a brand new submission, you do not get, unfortunately, the ability to upgrade your character for Season 2, all right? You only get the option to upgrade your character if you were in Season 1 and are moving your character into Season 2 and continuing them, okay? Because unfortunately, I'm not going to allow people to enter a new character in and have a bunch of bonus points. If you would like to do that for the next season, we will be trying. I know, I understand, Mike, I understand. I'd love to allow you guys to do that as well, but I'd like to be able to give you guys all a base starting point, and then as you have watched years of the OOTP, of the BYP, you get, like, loyalty bonuses that way. So that way, over the course of years, your player will get better and better and better. Some people actually declined the Captain's Program invitation because they wanted to have direct control over the multiple years they want to have their player in BYP. Because what happens is when you're in the Captain's Program, they're taken out. So that's just what happens, unfortunately. All right, so that is the caps situation for the team, or for the channel. Also, I'm trying to figure out some way that you guys can earn some kind of an upgrade ability with any OOTP channel stream that we do for BYP. I want to make sure that whenever we do those are special streams. I want to make sure those are big ones that everybody gets a chance to be able to get something back from. But either way, guys, this is your Season 2 channel/caps and points system, and you'll be able to use this and earn some upgrades if you're having a player go from Season 1 in return for Season 2. If not, watch the channel, earn some points, and prep for Season 3, which we will be starting Season 2 very, very soon. All right, moving on, we have more. We have lots of stuff to talk about today, unfortunately, or fortunately, it depends on what you guys want. Here are the already, I believe, announced changes, but I wanted to make sure that we at least talked about it, and we bring it back up. Since I just watched, can I donate my points? I'm not allowing the donation of points. I don't want people to feel like as if they could have multiple accounts and then funnel account points into one account. Not exactly the way that I'd like to be able to do that. But DM me if you have like one other person and you both want to co-sponsor a player. Maybe I'll think about that. So DM me if you want to like combine 2 people to make a super player. That gets into the iffy categories of like, well, but then you're kind of you're not one person, you're 2, so you should just submit 2 people. That's what you should do. Is just submit 2 characters. Each control a character. But either way. Yeah, that doesn't seem insanely OP, unfortunately. So I'd think about it, but I would be leaning towards no. I'd be leaning towards no. Yeah, there you go, Cavicom. There you go. So, that's the better way of doing that. If you want to do that, you need to be able to offer me a bribe. Just kidding. Oh, good grief. Good grief. You gotta be able to convince me somehow, some way. The commissioner is always convincible. He's always convincible. Oh, dear me. Anywho, here are the announcements we've already had for Season 2. There will be officially ties in Season 2 of the Backyard Project. After the 9th inning, games will result in a tie if the game is, of course, tied. That means that it's neither a loss nor a win for either team playing, all right? So that will actually factor into how the team's winning percentages go for the regular season. So it'll be very interesting to see how the ties work out and how that affects our season coming up, because you guys are going to hear some really cool information by the end of the stream about the league structure that's being changed. And there we go right there. Mac Jax, subscribing with the Prime Gaming. Gotta enjoy the Prime subs. Those are free and easy. Thank you so much, Mac Jax, for that sub. I appreciate that greatly. And Euchrin has the corruption clip already made. That is great. That is great. All right. So, on top of the ties, we already talked a little bit about it, but the Team Captains program. Captains will be team representatives for Season 2 moving on. So it's not just Season 2, it is moving on from Season 2 and onwards. Oh no, I totally expected you to, Euchrin. You have to collect all the data. You have to collect all of the data. Hazers. You gotta represent the Jelly Marble League a little bit now. Come on. So, captains, or officially an invite-only program, we have already, I believe, filled out our captains program. I need to double-check on one thing about that. I need to check on one thing. It's Hater? Oh, my gosh. Baseball, there we go. Hazing is illegal, but not when you're in the Marble Olympics. Because marbles can't haze? I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know why I fell in love with this team, but I did. So I like them. I root for the Hazers. Captains receive additional upgrade points when they join the captain's program. However, they become controlled by by yours truly, after they have been submitted and upgraded. All right, and they do not get upgrades after joining the captain's program. All right. So that was our captain's program. We talked a little bit about that in another stream. We have that posted on our Discord as well if you want more information about what that looked like and kind of some more information about our announcement in regards to the team captain's program. Now, archetype changes. We made some archetype changes to both batters and pitchers. There were also some slight, I believe, pitcher bonus changes. I'm not going to cover the pitcher changes for bonuses tonight. We're going to cover both of the archetype changes for both hitters and pitchers. All right? So if you are making a brand new character, you will want to be aware of these changes and what it might mean for your team. Wonder how much of a bribe to make sure Boom Boom McBroom always has one more power than the biggest home run power in the league? Well, technically, let me see. Is it Mikey who has the most power right now, I think? Is it even possible to beat him by our back-end charts? Hold on. I actually have to know this now. I think you can. You can tie him. So if you max out power with your upgrades, you can reach the same exact level as Mikey Thomas. Okay? Alex is already contemplating how much he can get from Ironclus. Well, Ironclus already has a character that's pretty gosh darn close. He hit the maximum for submitted character power last season. So he's only needing the upgrade points to be able to max out his power, and he's a team captain this year. So Boom Boom McBroom is going to max out power, and he's going to tie Mikey Thomas. So I rock this. It is inevitable. You don't even have to bribe. You don't have to bribe me. You're gonna get it anyways. And yes, I'm sorry, that was spoilers technically, but yes. Were we not gonna have Boom Boom McBroom as a team captain? I mean, come on, the name alone is captain worthy at this point. Anywho, I'm getting off track. But yes, you'll get there. You'll get there. Don't worry about that. All right, moving on. Let's start with batters. These are our changes to batter archetypes. I might have missed some of the highlights of what we've been changing, but you can look over these at your leisure, I believe. We have changed Gold Glovers from a +4 across the board to a +7 across the board. That means all of those. And why is there an A in front of double play? I don't know why, and I can't change it now, so my apologies. But either way, infield and outfield range, infield outfield arm, infield outfield error, and double play are all now +7. So if you did a Gold Glover for Season 1, they have already been reflected they have been changed to reflect that information. I don't know why I never called it line drive hitter. I've always called it just a drive hitter. Like a drop and drive pitcher. So I don't know why I never ever referred to it as line drive. But even on my original documents, I call it drive hitter. So I'm sorry if that's weird. I don't know why I called it drive hitter, but I did. I guess it's an Arizona thing. Line hitter. That's what I should do. Line piece. All right, never mind. Anywho, so if you were doing defensive players and you're looking forward to doing a defensive Gold Glover for Season 2, you're going to love the new Gold Glover changes. That's going to make your player such a better defender at this point. All right? Speed Demons have gotten tweaked. They have a Void K now. Less BABIP. A little more gap. They have gotten the power reduction has been taken away, so they will have more power now. They have an additional gap. They have no adjustment to speed. They have an adjustment, unfortunately, to their stealing ability, so they're down 3 on the steal, and they are down 1 on the running speed, or base running ability. Sack has been put down to a +1, and we took away catcher ability and left behind the infield and outfield range. All right? Some stuff just needed a little more condensing and a little bit more thought into what we were doing. We kind of just threw a bunch of stuff in there and thought it looked good for Season 1. Season 2, we have refined a lot of it versus how it was in Season 1. For power hitters, as you can see, BABIP has been changed from a -2 to a +2. We've reduced gap. And we have also taken away the run game. Well, we've taken away the reduction to the run games, unfortunately. We've reduced the defense. We've added in some bunt reductions as well. And we might be looking at changing the Avoid K a little bit more. It depends on how I feel about power hitters being a little bit overpowered at this point. But we'll find out. I do like having the gap down. The I, BABIP, and power is still a really good combination. But it does kind of hurt you in other different ways, and you do have to kind of be specialized towards power. Power is one of the hardest categories to get into a elite position. It's very easy to have a mediocre power hitter if you don't go all in with power stuff on your bonuses on top of your archetypes, okay? Drive hitters, also known as line drive hitters or line hitters. Originally it was this. We have now changed it to this, which means basically we have we've changed the I from -3 to a +2. A lot of stuff has stayed the same. We took away the Avoid K, took away the speed and stealing. And we added in double play instead. So if you want to be a drive hitter, you're more likely to be probably like a second baseman or a third baseman or probably an outfielder. I should have done something about outfielders, but kind of made sense to go with something that had a little bit more in different areas. So we've been trying to diversify where our archetypes go and what you might be interested in depending upon what works with each type of archetype. And again, these are always going to be changing every single year. Yes, because the double plays third baseman and outfielder's turn. Yes. I probably should have kept, like, arm. I might keep arm in there as well. We'll see. It would be similar to, like, the power person with an +2 arm. I'll think about that. That might actually be a good idea. So, yeah, I'll look into that. On top of those 4, we have 3 more. 3 more to talk about. Leadoff hitters, as you can see, got a major reworking. Lots more BABIP. They do not have as much reduction to their power, a little bit more I. And we kept the gap and Avoid K the same, so it's a little bit of an enhancement to leadoff hitters. We also took away the speed and stealing because I've realized that leadoff hitters are not always fast. That just means that they put the ball in play and they try to get on base. Hence, the I getting increased and the BABIP getting increased. So we also went ahead and did infield and outfield air, double play, because we're kind of leaning more towards, again, the second basemans in this regard as well. Also, we did the bunt. Bunt got changed as well, +2 on the bunt, so you can try to get on base as a bunt for hit as well. Contact hitters have been changed as well. A little bit less on the BABIP, a little bit less on the gap, and the power has gone from -3 to a +1. So contact hitter, much more about being able to just basically make contact. And while we didn't like the negative power last year, we are increasing the negative I as they are trying to get the ball put in play, which means they will not be walking. We also took away the +3 sack bunt as they're a contact hitter. They're not bunting. Last but not least, Scrappy Batter has been changed a little bit. We've gone ahead and gone from a +2 avoid K to a -2 avoid K. There's just way too many different places that have better avoid K. You're never going to pick Scrappy Batter for that reason. And the reason instead is you're going to pick it for the I. The I of +5, the power going to a +1, gap and BABIP still at +2, and sack bunt at +5. So Scrappy would be an interesting pick as you're basically going everything but avoid K, and you're trying to max out your ability to put the ball in play and get on base at all possible costs. So, those are our batter arch type changes. Let's move on to pitchers. Pitchers are going to look like this. And I'm going to have to get out of the way for this one, unfortunately. Hold on one second, so we can actually let you guys see all this stuff right here. Control pitchers. I did not get the boldening of what got changed on here, so unfortunately you guys are going to have to look across the board. There's been a lot of changes in regards to velocity. There have been changes in regards to movement, control, and we drastically changed one of these. So look over all of these in your own time. I will post these pictures in our Discord as well for you guys to be able to read. But basically, a lot of stuff has been either increased or adjusted to not matter as much. All right? As you can see, control pitchers now have a -2 velocity, but their control is up to a +7 instead. They also hold runners better. Their hit by pitch, wild pitches, and balks are better. Their ground ball percentage goes from a -2 to a +3. Their breaking balls are now +3 instead of -1. Fastballs are now -1 instead of +2. And changeups are now +3 instead of +5. So we drastically changed control pitchers. If you were a control pitcher in Season 1, you may really enjoy the changes we've done to this one right here, although your pitches might be a little bit different, so let me know about that. Flamethrower definitely has been changed as well. We've added velocity, added movement, and reduced control. We've added an ability to hold runners better. Stamina stayed the same. Your hit by pitches and walks and balks are now reduced. The ground ball percentage is now -2. Instead of 0. We've taken down ground ball percentage as fireballers usually have more hard hit balls resulting in balls in the outfield. So more fly balls and line drives. Breaking balls are now at +3. Most of the time, fireballers have amazingly good changeups to go along, sliders and curveballs to go along with their fastballs. Unfortunately, sliders considered a breaking ball. I don't know why OOTP does that, but it does. Fastball, officially +7 instead of +4, and changeups are now -3 instead of +3, as fireballers do not try to go for many changeups, unless your name is Pedro Martinez, and then you just naturally throw hard and you have a devastating changeup. I have never seen very many fireballers who have devastating changeups. Most of the time, it is a slider or a curveball. Contact pitchers are going to be all about movement. +10 on the movement. The ground ball percentage still at a +6. Stamina upgraded to +3. Hold runners -1. All right. Control has been upgraded to a -1 instead of the -3. Velocity, though, is now down to a -2. Breaking balls are a +5. That is their bread and butter. Wildcard pitches are down to a +2. So we reduced the wildcard pitch's ability on the contact pitcher. Fastballs are now -3, and changeups remain at -2. Yeah, yes, this is a good changeup. He threw 2 of them. Moving on to our last couple of archetype for pitchers, it's going to be these ones right about here. That means we're talking about Submariner. Now let's talk about Submariner. I realized that I completely did Submariner incorrect in Season 1. Ground ball percentage is not going to be what they're good at. So ground ball percentage for Submariners, now -3. We went ahead and countered that by saying that their pitches are better and their, what did I end up saying? Yeah, their pitches are better to make up for it. So they have, because of the wild angle that they throw at, being a Submariner or a side armor, your pitches, especially your breaking balls and your wild card pitches, are enhanced. So if you had a Submariner, you're going to notice that you're going to be throwing more fly ball tendencies in Season 2, but you're going to have better stuff. So your changeups, your wild card pitches, and your breaking balls all get increased. And that's going to be a big one for the Submariners out there. But it basically was too overpowered. You couldn't have the ground ball percentage increase and the movement increase in the same archetype. It was too overpowered. Last but not least, Innings Eater. This was one of our weakest ones in Season 1. It has been updated for Season 2. We've changed it from movement to velocity. So velocity +2, control +3, hold runners has been increased to +4, stamina has been increased to a +8. Your HBP, WP box is now a +5. Your ground ball percentage is a +4. Basically, almost across the board, this entire archetype got upgrades, except for breaking balls got reduced by 1. Wild pitches stay the same, fastballs got increased, and changeups stayed the same on top of that. So did I pick a hitting archetype, or did how I set up my hitter put me in an archetype? So you picked an archetype when you first submitted your player last year. So when you submitted your Season 1 player, you were given the option of all of the different archetypes, and you were told to select one. And that was basically your envisionment of what your player wanted to be, okay? If you counteracted your archetype with your bonuses and your point submissions, you messed up. You done messed up, Aaron. So hopefully that went well. I know some people actually had like themes about how they wanted to do their archetypes and their player submissions. So everyone is different. That's the fun about the submission program, is that, you know, there isn't really 2 characters that were the exact same. Nobody had the exact same character. Everyone picked either different bonuses or put points in different areas. There was just so much diversity in the game when it comes to your submissions that nobody came close to, well, no, a couple people came close to the similar type of submission, but most picked different bonuses or had a couple different places where they went in different directions for either their speed or their fielding or stuff like that. You can't remember? I can send you what you did, EVC. I'll send you what your submission looked like. So that way you can review it. Let me go ahead. And let's keep going. That's true. You can see the result in the Discord, but you can't see what your, my pronunciation of archetype is bad. I'm sorry. Archetype? I'm sorry. I've always pronounced it as archetype. I have always done that, unfortunately. Can you review mine as well? Sure. DM me if you want to be able to review what you submitted for Season 1, and I will send you your submission form. I can actually send you guys the PDF of your submission form, so you can see exactly what you put down for points and where you put them down. Yes, I'm sorry. I know. All right, moving on. Let's talk about stuff that hasn't been announced yet. Here are our Season 2 roadmap for new changes. We are going to have 3 things we're going to talk about tonight, or today. We're going to talk about the new league structure. That's right, we're going to have a new structure for Season 2. We're going to have a new schedule because of that new structure. The old schedule is not going to work. So we'll talk about the new schedule. And last but not least, playoffs are changing. I'm very excited about this one the most. The playoffs changing is going to be, I think, the biggest, most fun part of Season 2. So, let's jump right in with the new league structure. Here is our new league structure. We're going to be keeping the two sub-leagues, Neo's Arc, and the Sunny Day League. So the Neo's Arc League and the Sunny Day League, and yes, that is Neo, not Noah's. That's Neo's. We misspelled it in Season 1, and we kept it because we loved it. So Neo's Arc League and the Sunny Day League are back for Season 2. There will be 3 divisions in each sub-league, resulting in 4 teams per division. Now, what you might know is that means that we have 24 teams for Season 2, which means 3 returning teams are back for Season 2, and there is 1 brand new team for Season 2. All right? I hope you guys are going to enjoy the teams that are coming back. Unfortunately, Tim, it's not the Swatters. I thought about the Swatters. I want to see the Swatters come back eventually. Maybe down the road we'll have them come back, but they were not officially invited back for Season 2. So let's get started with some of the... We're actually going to announce the teams and the divisions right here on the stream. So let's start with Division number 1. Welcome, the new team on the block. The Valley Foxes are here for Season 2. They will be joining the Barnyard Division. The Goats, the Cluckers, the Ducks, and the Valley Foxes, also known as the Vulpine Valley Foxes, are going to be our brand new team for Season 2 and Division 1. Yes, I'm concerned the Foxes will eat the Cluckers and Ducks. That is exactly what we're going to have a bit of a rivalry about. That's why we put them in here. They're a perfect fit in the Barnyard. Yeah. I mean, Vulpine is basically the same thing. It's basically the Foxy Valley Foxes, but hey, it works. We're the Foxes. Yeah, exactly. Basically, the Foxy Foxes. They're very much Foxes. Yeah. Anywho. Let's move on to the one other division. We're going to actually have all of our 4, basically new teams in 2 divisions. So the next division is going to be the Exotics division. Welcome back the Mythics, the Manatees, and a rebranded Kangaroos. So we were able to get the Kangaroos back. Their visa issues were resolved. The Manatees proved to us that they were actually ready to go. And the Mythics have returned. We are very happy that the Mythics were able to come back for Season 2. And I know the Manatees were also a semi-fan favorite, so they have returned. And I'm very excited to see how this rebrand of the Kangaroos with the nice blues is going to look when they play on a ball field. So I'm very excited to see how this Exotics division goes for Season 2. And again, these are both in the Neo's Arc sub-league. So there will be 3 divisions in that Neo's Arc sub-league. This is division number 2. So again, Barnyard, and now this one. And let's go ahead and talk about the last division. It's going to be the Outdoors division. We had more animals to go through, and I didn't really feel like as if they fit in the Barnyard. So the squirrels, frogs, coyotes, and armadillos are back for Season 2. Is there an expansion draft or a new draft from scratch? New draft from scratch, King Butcher. That is the fun part of the Backyard Project. We're going to have team captains that will permanently remain on every single one of these teams. But every single other player on the team will be cycled out every single year as a new draft, which means every single year you have a new chance to beat the top team in the league. There's a new chance for you to be able to have new teammates. There's a new chance for you to be able to perform so well and have fun. So this is the last division in the Neo's Arc League. This is the Outdoors division. Armadillos, squirrels, frogs, coyotes. This should be a fun division as well. Let's go ahead and move on to the Sunny Day League, and let's talk about the 3 divisions they're going to have set up. Let's start with the Explorers division, one of our most highly prized and highly competitive divisions. The Captains, Admirals, and Apollos have all had exquisite seasons in the Backyard Project. These are elite teams, and the Pioneers are no slouch. The Pioneers have always played around 500, even when having to face against these teams. So the Pioneers can still bring it as well. And if I remember correctly, in season 2, or season 1, my apologies, they finished above 500 and actually did make the playoffs. So out of all of this group, the only team that didn't make playoffs in season 1 was the Captains. And they had Angela Del Vecchio. So it was a tight group last year between these 4 teams. So I'm very excited to see how season 2 goes for all of these 4 teams right here. Let's move on to what we're calling the rank division. And not the smell, as in like a title of leadership or of importance is how we're trying to refer to it as. If you have a better name than this, please do let me know. I'll be willing to change this out for a different division name. But the Kings, the Giants, the Nobles, and the Ninjas are all going to be a part of this division right here. And this is going to be a division that had some very bad issues with season 1. The only team above 500 was the Giants. Yeah, fantasy division. That works even better. I'll do that. I'll keep that in mind. That's an option number 1 instead. What was it in season beta? The Royal Court? Yes, it was the Royal Court. I think we had the Jazz in here instead. We had the Jazz, the Ninjas, the Kings, and the Nobles. I might think about that, because I can put the Giants in with the other division. I can do that. You're right, we had the Warlocks as well. I think it was a 5-team division at that point, or it might have not included the Ninjas. Maybe the Ninjas were someplace else. I don't remember. But yes, you're right. It was the Royal Court. For now, I'll think of the name, but these are the 4 teams involved in Division number 2. Yes, the Warlocks were bad in both seasons. Yes. Yeah, the Warlocks have not done well in either of their 2 years. Technically, neither have the Nobles. I think this is the first season that technically the Nobles actually performed. I mean, they finished 7-11. So they didn't have a good year, in all honesty. There's been some trouble. There have been some very bad seasons from a couple different organizations. I mean, they're not as bad as the, what was the team from this past year? The Kings were 6-12. They were the worst team in the entire season 1. But then right behind them were the Nobles and the Ninjas. So this division is going to see some very, very big drastic changes in season 2. And I will tell you guys why in a second. Let's talk about the last division. I hope I named this division. Yes, the Oddballs division. I have not gotten a good name for this one either. My apologies about that. The Cacti, the Reapers, the Whistlers, and the Jazz are back for season 2. They are part of the Oddballs division. It is a cop-out name. I'm sorry. If you guys have a better one, let me know. It's hard. You've got what should be an inanimate object in the Cacti, death itself, which is the Reapers, wiffle balls, and a musical instrument. This is like an episode of Blue's Clues, guys. What does Blue want with an instrument, a wiffle ball, death, and a cactus? We could call it the Blue's Clues division. Oh, that'd be great. Yes, because it's just like, what on earth? What on earth is this supposed to be? We don't even know. I like that idea. We'll do that. The Blue's Clues division, it is. Blue's Clues division, it is. That is fantastic. I love it. So we're doing the fantasy division for the second one. And we're going to do the Blue's Clues division for the 4th one, or for the 3rd one. Perfect. And done. And set. All right. Let's move on to the schedule, because this is where it gets interesting. Now, you might be thinking, Alex, how do they play their games? Like, we've already told people we're going to be doing 3 starters, right? That's correct. So here is the schedule. We're going to rinse and repeat with the 18-game schedule. Somehow I managed to get them to do the 18-game schedule. They will only play their division rivals. That's the big one for Season 2. You will not play other teams in your conference or your sub-league. You will only play your division rivals. You will play your division rivals 6 times each. 3 home, 3 away, with every single one of your starting pitchers pitching at home and away against each rival. So it's a balanced 3 home and away per rival. No interdivision games, no interleague games. 3 starting pitchers per team, resulting in a balanced starting pitcher starts per rival, so everyone will see everyone at every stadium in your division. That means that every single starter only has 6 starts. Only 6 starts in a season. Every single start is going to be important. Your starting pitchers are now the equivalent of a quarterback. You need to be able to have the best possible starters, or you need to prioritize hitters to be able to have the best possible offense day in and day out. So elite aces, not as valuable. This will result in a bigger emphasis, hopefully, on offense for Season 2. All right? Now, I believe I have one more slide in regards to the schedule, and if I don't, then we're moving on to playoffs. Nope, let's go on to playoffs. So that's what we'll do for that. I will talk about the schedule more often. Our scheduled days are Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the week for the BYP program. They will play 3 days a week. All right? Here are the new playoffs for Season 2. With the expansion to 24 teams, we have adjusted the playoff format. We are now including a round robin in round 1. It is going to be a 6-game elimination round robin with 7 teams from each sub-league representing each round robin. All right? What that means is that those 7 teams play against every other team in the round robin once and only once. And the top 4 teams from each round robin will advance on to quarterfinals. The winners will advance on to semis, and the semi-winners will play in the finals. So we will have a round robin, a round 2, a round 3, and a finals for playoffs. And this basically means that we're using the regular season to cut half the teams out of playoffs. We're using round 1, round robin, to cut out half of those teams. And we end up with 8 teams in the playoffs for the semifinals, for the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the finals. And there are seeding advantages if you make it out of the round robin. You will earn home field advantage if you are a better seed. All right? I think the Warlocks are glad they missed this new format. Oh, good grief. So there will be 14 teams who make playoffs out of the 24 teams. So we will have a lot of teams into the playoffs, which means you will have a pretty decent chance of making into playoffs. The problem's going to be winning in the round robin. Because if you didn't win well in the regular season, you're probably not going to do so well in a 6-game round robin-esque tournament to start off the playoffs. So I hope that you guys enjoy all of that. I believe, if that is what I can look at in a second here, I think that is about it. I do believe we are done. That is all of our announcements for Season 2 of the Backyard Project. We will have more announcements to come down the road. But this gives us our new teams, our 3 returning, 1 brand new team, our new playoffs, our new schedule type, the league structure, as well as some of the changes to the archetypes of players, and all of the stuff coming for Season 2. Are we doing batch number 9 of voting tonight too? No, we are not, Tim Gross. We are not. We are going to be doing batches 8 and 9 on Thursday. I have to take tomorrow off, unfortunately. I found out that I have a scheduled appointment tomorrow I need to go to, so I will not be available tomorrow to do that. We will be returning on Thursday to do batches 8 and 9. That is the last 2 team batches. And then on Saturday, we will hopefully have the rest of our team captains all done. and we will be able to get all of those finished. Yes, Eucharin has you guys covered for the rest of the evening. She will be on in about 40 minutes to be able to cover up the rest of the evening into TJ's stream on the main OOTP channel. So do not worry if you need more affiliate drops. We will be able to give you guys all of those. But otherwise, on Thursday, that stream will begin at, I believe, either 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon my time. So that's going to be 5 or 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we will do batches 8 and 9 for the pro players. And then we will, we'll probably start with a 15-minute manager simulation, do batches 8, do batches 9, and then on Saturday, we will reveal the rest of the captains for the captains program. And that should be very, very nice as well. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's a bit of a shorter stream, only being an hour, but I do have other things to care about right now, including a baby who just had a tongue-tie procedure, so he's not happy, and we're not happy. We haven't slept that much, and it's going to be a hard week for us, so thank you so much for all the condolences and all of the support that you guys give us. Either way, I will be back on Thursday for batches 8 and 9, and we will reconvene for more BYP on that day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support you guys do. Again, you guys can earn caps and all that kind of stuff here in the channel and use those to upgrade your players if you are returning for Season 2. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. Or sorry, not tomorrow. Wednesday or Thursday. Thursday. Days are so bad at this point too. But otherwise, everyone out there in chat, I'll talk to you all later. Have a great rest of your days.